Hello, punters. Welcome to another episode of the Leg Up Australia podcast. Sam Wood, Blake Johnson, Nick Lloyd. Gentlemen, welcome. How are we?
I'm all right, but how are you? Alligator Blood, mate.
I know.
It's a tough week.
Sad. You guys are haters on him.
He was no good anyway.
Oh,
He's a Stradbroke winner, so he's got a few brownie points.
Seven
he was
Group
good to me
ones.
early on in his career.
he's my favourite horse.
Of all time?
Yeah.
Wow.
We're going to talk about another one of my favourites in a little bit this show as well.
We will.
Why not?
Yeah, no, he was
Why is that my
was a-
opinion's laughable, is it?
No, he's okay to be a favourite horse.
That's what I said. I didn't say he's the best horse of all time, did I? See, that's what he hopes I say.
Yeah.
You bullshit.
Yep.
He's one of my favourite
he
horses.
was-
I remember each of my bigger wins. I've never won more on a horse. No, one.
In an individual bet or like collectively?
Collectively.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and probably my biggest bet ever would have been with him. My biggest loss ever was
Would have probably been on him.
probably, I think I remember. I was
Golden
at Rick
Eagle.
Shaw's. I was at Rick Shaw's and Pat and I had a substantial bet on him, and I just remember being half
and
pissed.
done you dirty.
Yeah, feet in the sand. No, man, I went back to lunch.
He was a
He
good
owes,
horse.
he owes,
He's a very
he
good
owes
horse.
no one nothing. And if he doesn't come back, he should be remembered as an absolute champion. I know there's
He's
a
not
lot
a
of
champ-
knockers.
he's not a
He's a
champion.
champion. 7 Group 1s isn't a champion.
He's not a champion. No.
He's
He's a good horse.
He'll for sure end up at Living Legends. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
Because
Is that like the Hall of Fame for horses?
Definitely not.
No, I wouldn't go that far. But
No, I'm asking. I wasn't going that far.
like a lot of very good geldings are there. Like Apache
Right.
Cat's there, Zipping.
so it's just a nice life for them.
Oh yeah, great life.
You can go look at it.
You
Yeah,
pay and
Is it near the airport in Melbourne?
yeah, it's out that way. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure the former owner, Alan Andres, he tried to sell his share to Living Legends, but that's before Jerry Harvey bought the whole horse or whatever it was. Remember when he couldn't,
Why would he sell the share to the Living Legend?
because he wanted to try and find a loophole to get around not giving away the share in his horse, but giving it to Living Legends. So
Right.
there's he will end up there. But yeah, no, sad news because I think it's 12 months off the scene racing
Yeah.
and then potentially come back. But he's already a 7-year-old, so he'll be an 8-year-old coming off his second sort of.
It goes into a spring campaign.
Well, yeah, so.
He's the type of horse that you wouldn't.
Oh, yeah, he could come
You
back.
can't
and,
really.
He
Pretty-
could
Yeah.
come back and win another 3 Group 1s. He's that sort of horse. But
He was a good horse. Very good horse.
Why are you hesitant to give him the props that I think he deserves?
Because he was not.
He's not a great horse?
He was never the best horse in the country.
he was a flat
No,
track bully.
no, but that's
But yeah,
And he was never dominant. Like he never had a dominant preparation where he took all before him.
oh, I would say there was one preparation where his 3-year-old's autumn season
Yeah,
Where
but,
he-
but you don't.
went through. I mean, but
Maybe
then
he was
again,
a champion 3-year-old. Like I don't know. Like you
he
don't.
did only beat up he beat up Queensland, Brisbane summer horses in Vorogues and Gold
and
Edition.
he didn't win
plates,
the
but
Caulfield Guineas.
no, if he did, he got nailed late.
He still had. He didn't win at weight for age as a 3-year-old.
No, he won the Australian Guineas and then as a Group 1, and then he got beaten in the All-Star Mile.
Yep. So no,
good, not great. Definitely not a champion from your.
definitely he was a good horse.
Good horse. He's a
Like
good
very
horse. Good
competitive
horse.
Group 1 weight.
Give me a horse that's slightly better than Alligator Blood in your opinion, Blake. Because I feel like how you're classing him is a little bit too harsh.
Zaki,
I think Zaki's a much better horse than Alligator
yeah,
Blood.
easily.
How many Group 1s does Zaki won?
Probably 3 or 4.
Three?
but-
Wouldn't be 7.
3? No, it wouldn't be 7.
But he's had a lot less starts in Australia, and he didn't have a 3-year-old season here. So
But like you said, you can only compare him for what they've had.
And he
You
was
can't sit
never-
there and go, if it had a 3-year-old season, he'd be...
he was never a handicap horse in Australia. I think he ran him one handicap. So
I just
Don
think that's
Carter.
ridiculous. I think that would be the opinion of the minority.
and
I'm trying to
Alligator
think.
Blood never did anything like what Zaki did in that
Doomben Cup.
that Eagle Farm or
The
Doomben.
Doom Cup?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was.
Like that.
I was on course that day. That was best win I've ever seen live. It was over so early in the straight. Alligator Blood's probably he's he's pissed in a few Group 1s. Like,
And Zaki would have started odds on in that Cox Plate. So, or he would have started.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got Alligator Blood.
I'm just trying to think of like other horses.
This is good. Let's put this on socials.
Yeah.
Who is the better horse, Alligator Blood or Zaki? That would be a great. I would say more than 65% of people will say Alligator Blood.
Yeah, more than 65% of people would be wrong.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of a horse that's sort of like that was that same sort of level like a decade ago, but I'm struggling.
It's hard, but it's hard as well because you've
Apache Cat,
less Group
Apache Cat
1.
was a better horse than Alligator Blood.
Yeah, I would probably.
Dan Lee, that might be a good.
Maybe like
I haven't even heard of
Defire
that
or
horse.
something like that.
I haven't heard that one either.
Before your time.
Never heard of Dan Lee.
Intergaze was probably
again before my
Intergaze
time.
is probably better than Alligator Blood as well.
Light Fantastic, he was a good horse. The big grey.
He was a good horse.
We could go on forever,
Yeah, we
boys. I want. Can we put a poll up? I want to see.
Yeah, we can put a poll
what
up.
people. I reckon it's going to be 65% plus because
Like Desert War,
more. I remember Desert War.
Yeah.
probably better than Alligator Blood as well.
But we'll get onto that. In fact, let's go into that straight away.
Yeah, would Alligator Blood ever get a race named after him?
Yeah.
In
It wouldn't be a
Queensland,
Group 1.
potentially.
Yeah, I was going to say it'd be a Queensland. It'd be like a fan favourite race, something maybe on Magic Millions Day or.
I think maybe they would probably look to change like one of the 3-year-old lead ups to the Magic Millions, like change
Yeah.
the Gold Edition to the Alligator Blood or or the.
Yeah, I think so because he was.
I don't think Vo
favourite.
Rogue deserves to lose a race. I'm a big fan of Gold Edition. She was one of my favourites, but I think Alligator Blood probably a better horse than Gold Edition.
Well, it's caused quite a lot of speculation this week with the announcement of the Group 1 Chipping Norton Stakes now being called the Very Elegant Stakes. I don't like it. What's your thoughts, Nick?
We'll see. She's one horse that I'm happy to put in the champion category.
Agree.
Yep, I think 11 Group 1s.
11, yeah.
Yep.
She's a champion.
She's a champion.
Yeah, definitely.
She's my other favourite horse.
Yeah.
Those are the two I was talking about.
I think she is deserving of a Group 1
I
name
agree.
in her honour, but I don't think a 1400 metre race, like, I mean, I know she won it a couple of times and, you know, she won
Yeah.
other, like Warwick Stakes or Wink Stakes,
Yeah.
whatever. Like, she's won them sort of fresh in the past, but I feel like she would have been better off, like, you know, there's other horses, like Kingston Town still doesn't have a Group 1, for example.
Kingston Town.
Kingston Town definitely should.
See,
Like Tyler Knott won the Chipping Norton 4 times. He hasn't got a race.
there's
named
so
after
many
him.
different angles to look at this.
Yeah.
But I think from a fan perspective, like other sports, and I think they're pushing Very Elegant because it's still fresh in people's minds. It's, you know, the constant grab at young audiences. And who would have made this decision? Would it be Racing New South Wales or is
Yeah,
it
ATC, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would dare say, like, if you, I mean, when Joey got elected to be a model, and that, like, there was probably a few people that probably should have been before him.
Yeah.
And now the debate now is like, who's next? Like,
Yeah.
is it a newer player? Is it an older player? Do you like to be for Kingston Town to be snubbed? And what is the Kings? Is it a Group 3
Group 3.
Yeah.
in WA?
No, it's
No.
now in Sydney.
He
Okay.
used to have
He used to have,
a
like-
Group 1 in
yeah.
WA named after him.
But they
Right.
changed it to the Northerly.
Northerly.
Right.
I
Maybe
can
that's the
underst- I-
underlying point of my
Yeah.
reaction because it's had a Group 1.
Yeah, so he had a Group 1 and a Group 3 at the same time.
Right.
One in Perth, one in Sydney.
He should have still had because that was the last race he ever won.
Yeah, over
Yeah.
there, yeah.
Yeah.
The Western Mail Classic.
Yes. I can understand why they've given it to Very Elegant. Like, when you think about it too, she gave Chris Waller and James McDonald a first Melbourne Cup each, and in 50 years or 100 years' time, like, Waller and J-Mac will be probably the best to ever do it in their training and riding.
Yeah.
You know, like, obviously Bart Cummings like, there's always going to be the Hall of Famers, but
Yeah.
like, that could become a very historical Melbourne Cup win.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know whether or not a 1400 metre.
No, I'm saying definitely not. I think she should have a race named after her.
A Group 1?
No, maybe a
Group 2?
maybe a 3-year-old Group 1 or something like that. I think she won a Vinery.
She definitely won the Oak. She did do the double.
think she.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she
Changed the
might have,
vinery to
even
the very
bolted
elegant.
in a vinery. Like, give her a race, definitely. But
Hill Stakes.
Kingston Town definitely deserves his Group 1. That goes without saying. So they need to find a race to put Kingston Town's name on it in New South Wales as well.
Yeah.
So I also think Tie the Knot definitely should have. That's Tie the Knot's race.
Right. Okay.
He was growing up. He was probably the best horse in New South Wales, and he never reproduced in Melbourne. But if he did what he did in New South Wales in Melbourne, like, he would have won a Cox Plate.
Yeah.
He started firm in the market in the Melbourne Cup, but like, he was absolutely unbeatable in Sydney. And his trainer was Guy Walter, and Guy is no longer with us. He's got a race named after him. But like, if you think about Guy and the best horses that he trained, definitely Tie the Knot is the horse that comes to mind. So I definitely think that race should be named after him. He won it 4 times. Like, he could win first up over 1,400 metres and then go on and win over 2,400 metres in the same preparation. So he was a champion. And I remember, like, when I was a kid and I wanted to be a jockey, we used to have a rocking horse, and the horse, like, I called the rocking horse. I called the rocking horse Loop, Swoop and Pull, because it was like, I imagined that he was a brother to Tie the Knot, and like,
that's how you tie the knot.
That's how you tie the knot. So
Loop,
that's
swoop, and pull.
Yep.
I've always sort of wanted to call a horse Loop, Swoop and Pull at some stage, and that was after Tie the Knot.
That's gold.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Loop, swoop, and pull.
Because Tie the Knot, he was my favourite horse growing up when I was a kid.
What do you think? You would like this to be Very Elegant. So we're saying yes that Very Elegant should get a Group 1. Mm-hmm. We're saying that Kingston Town should probably have a Group 1 before him, and we're saying that the Chipping Norton should be. If that's the one we're changing, it should be the Tie the Knot.
Yeah, if you win a race 4 times, you deserve a race named after you.
I agree.
It's like the Zipping Classic.
Yep, Zipping Classic, the Black Caviar Lightning Stakes, the Wink Stakes. Like,
I feel like we figured it out. When they consult with us.
Yeah, I know. Or consult with anybody. I feel like everyone was
just anyone.
Yeah, I feel like everyone.
This isn't like you know.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen one person sort of go like, "Oh yeah, definitely Very Elegant should have got that race instead of Tie the Knot." Like, no one said that. So,
I did see a lot of opinion on.
Did she ever win a Turnbull? Like, maybe a Turnbull would be a good race for her. I know it was in Melbourne, but she won a Melbourne Cup at Flemington.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe ATC was like feeling the heat, thinking, "Oh fuck, I've heard Melbourne's going to
maybe
name a race after her."
They could. Oh, the McKinnon's gone.
Yes,
like, there's a few races that are gone that could have been good fits. Like, the George Main could have been a good fit for Kingston Town.
Yeah. Yeah. George Main, George Ryder.
Can't they just the current Group 3 Kingston Town? Can't they just bump that up to a Group 1 instead of finding a new race for it?
Well, they could if they put a bit of money into it. And
yeah,
I think that was the idea with the Hill Stakes. Was they put money in it, and they tried to keep Winks in Melbourne instead of going to keep Winks in Sydney instead of going to Melbourne for the Turnbull. But she kept going to the Turnbull, and now you've got a Hill Stakes that gets 6 horses and worth $2 million.
Yeah, well, surely there can be a little adjustment made.
Surely, yeah, I agree. It'd be like renaming the Stradbroke to the Alligator Blood and not giving it to Black Piranha. Like,
let's sod King Charles off. Let's call that the Kingston Town.
Yeah. Why not? The King.
Are you a royalist?
Like, Menicado's got one, so why doesn't the King? The King and the Man. Surely the King deserves a Group 1.
Yeah.
The Man's got one.
Kingston Town.
Charles.
Yeah.
You should keep everyone happy.
the Kingston Town Charles.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
All right, well,
let's do it.
Sorted.
The King. You could call it the King. And
you could call it the King.
Yeah. The King. King Stakes. The King Stakes.
Yeah.
And then, like,
it's up to
he wouldn't know that it's not named after him.
Hey, we wouldn't tell him.
Yeah, you wouldn't tell him. You'd send him a letter and say, "Oh, great news! We're renaming the King Charles III Stakes to the King
comes
Stakes."
out.
PVO loves like races with the Empress, the Kosciuszko.
The King.
The King.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when he comes out, it's like...
Yeah, that's right.
Don't tell him. Like,
have the little...
He's like, what's Mel doing
Have
here?
Mel there, yeah. Mel, just keep your mouth
keep
shut.
it quiet, Mel.
Yeah. He couldn't do that.
I think it'll work.
Before we move on to what's coming up this month in regards to racing and sport, because we're finally starting to heat back up in the racing, I just want to give you blokes a shout out. So we for anyone that didn't know, on the 10th of January, we upgraded our offering for members only. So for the past 3 years, we've only ever offered the New South Wales strategy, which was on Blake's back solely. We put a few other products around it, so it wouldn't be such a, I suppose, wouldn't be so dramatic around wins and losses only on your product. It was the only thing we did track, which was, a very hard thing to do for 3 years, which is massive. We now offer Victoria and South Australia via Benny said. A lot of you guys already know this, and Queensland via Nick. We finished our first calendar month, so it was really only 21 days at plus 126 units across.
More than that.
Was it 120?
No, 175.
175?
Unless the 50
Far
was...
out.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, because that includes my first 10 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the last 21 days is monstrous in regards to what we've been able to achieve with the whole strategies. And the whole point of it is if one state is a little bit harder done by or goes missing or just has a bad run, hits some negative variance, hopefully the other states come through. And that's what we're able to see this month. Successful products. So well done to you boys.
Thank you.
We don't have Benny on, but...
Shout out to JC as well.
JC, the
He
dogs,
killed
has been a phenomenal addition.
Yeah, very.
What's he gone? His last Saturdays, he's gone...
5 from 6 in his last 6 tips. So he's...
He went 3 from 3 and 2 from 3.
Yeah. So he's gone really well. And the one...
He's
the
a very
one
cool
that-
customer, by the way.
The one that
isn't he?
missed, it was home.
Yeah, it
Like,
should have won.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
I did see that.
I know. I don't know if... Did I tell you guys... I know this is just off the subject.
We spoke about it last week. I know what you're about to say.
the Greyhound.
Did it run?
It won.
Oh,
What did it pay?
Yeah, King can't win.
yeah.
Yeah, it only just won, but it was a good win. It came from like well back over 300 meters, and they backed it as if it was unbeatable.
Deep pockets.
It was like $1.30.
I'm glad I
started
missed it.
$1.30, only just won.
Wow.
But I think they must have went up a better price because when I logged in, the person, the race caller was saying the favourite had taken a bath. It was like
Right.
must have been evens out to $4, and they backed this thing. So I missed out, but it won. And the other one won
What's
again
your
as
bet
well.
size at $1.30, Blake?
$1.30?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
How big a bet are you having on $1.30?
Oh, I don't back them at $1.30.
Okay.
But I could have got in early.
Would have liked to know. Yeah, we all could have.
That's what I'm saying.
I didn't put it in the black book.
No, neither did I. That's
Doesn't
not
matter. My black book doesn't work
I'll put it
half
in.
the time.
Yeah.
I'll put it in. Apparently, just mark this down. King can't win.
King can't
Group
win.
1 dog.
Well, we spoke about Nayali King as well, which is
Yes.
Rachel King's dog, which is a freak as well. So just be backing the King double if it's up and
lots
about.
of kings happening.
Yeah, yeah. Makes sense. So well done. If you aren't a member, join up. We've got something special about member later in the show too, where we gave away a paid-for share in Pungo. So we're hoping to get him on the line a little bit later in the show. We are finally back into good racing.
Oh, it's been long overdue.
It's tough even this weekend. I'm hoping you guys can scrape out a couple of best bets for the show. But it's good to get some high-quality racing back next week. So next week's our first Group 1?
Yes, CF4 next weekend.
CF4. I always thought the Missile was the first.
That's
it's
not
not a
even a
Group
Group
1.
1. So.
And that's not a Group 1. But that's in the
What
spring.
am I thinking of then?
Wing
What's that?
stakes?
Are you
No.
thinking of the Expressway?
No. I could just be wrong.
The Lightning?
Wouldn't
Could
be
be
the first
Lightning.
time.
Could be a
Alligator
Lightning.
Blood was going to resume in the CF4, so
Yeah,
unfortunate.
it is.
Yep.
You?
Won't be there.
For you,
Not unfortunate for Mr. Brightside backers because he's very hard to beat.
Or not unfortunate for V8 backers in the little side bet
Oh,
stakes.
yeah, but he can't win anyway, so.
But he can run second.
No.
yes. So
Which gets you a...
I think you're 70,000
Big
in
bottle of
front,
rum.
are
I'd be a long way in front.
Like 100k in front.
you? Are you?
Yeah, well, V8 won the Group 2 and Stepardi turned it up. So
And it looks like Stepardi's like gone.
he's no good.
Yeah, it looks like Nick actually was right about this one.
like I said, V8 might be the best 3-year-old in the country, and he's a freak. No, he's not a freak, but
He's not a freak.
He goes good. That was a good win on Saturday. He really knuckled down. I like to see that.
I'm
Grunt.
interested to see.
Like Grunt would have been. You talk about Alligator Blood in terms of like your favourite horse.
Yeah.
For like most wins on and whatnot. Like Grunt's 3 and 4-year-old season. Like he was my favourite.
Yeah.
He was. See, my 18th birthday was like 2 days before he won the CS Hayes in Melbourne. Yeah. We went down to Melbourne for it.
We know this story, and you declared him,
and
you backed him accordingly,
won the
and he
guineas.
won.
Maccabi Diva in the spring was even better, but yeah,
Blake's got places to go.
I like seeing the Grunt's little progeny going well, and we owned V8's half brother.
Oh, there you go.
He was not.
Yeah, what's he called?
I am clever, but it should have been I am slow.
There he is. King can't win.
If V8 is a V8,
V8's a V8. I am clever was a Toyota Corolla,
2 litre.
2 litre. Yep.
When's he next?
He went up $1.75 into $1.30.
You would have had to touch him. You wouldn't have touched it at $1.70 if you could have.
I would have backed him. Yeah, because apparently he was
immoral.
And he just got up.
Is he in the market for like the Easter egg or the?
I don't even know.
Hey, Nick, I just put him in my black book.
$1 Million Chase.
$1 Million Chase.
That'd be a good one. We could do the $1 Million Chase into the Everest.
We had.
I think that Peter Gagioni.
He won 2 Easter eggs.
Two of the last 3.
Not with
traces.
Tommy Shelby or who's that? That's the only horse, the only dog I really know.
Oh, where she's fast. No, that good. She's a pearl.
Yeah,
yeah.
I've heard of that one.
That'd be the one, surely. That one.
I'm only into the dogs since JC started tipping. Oh, I get into the dogs late at night.
Yeah,
Saturday night.
I blacked out at the dogs on the Friday night.
That's true. Everest weekend. Yeah. You had your drink spiked.
Maybe. Or the schooners of
bullshit.
Espresso martini in a schooner glass probably didn't help. But anyway.
I don't know what happened. I think I got my drink spiked. Bullshit.
What did that one? Were they called snake bites, where you put the shot of vodka or?
No, snake bite is half beer, half cider, shot of grenadine. I used to work for anyone.
I might have been a
for anyone that knows about what a snake bite is, they've been to a walkie. I used to I used to work at a walkie. Yeah. I used to run the kitchen. I was a chef.
A walkie is a walkabout.
How do you know?
I know. I've been to walkabouts.
Have you?
Yeah. Not your one. I never went to your one. Had a bad rap, your one. Like food no good and stuff like that. So
wouldn't have been.
He just said he was a chef. So
I definitely would not be offended or defending that. I was like 20 and they're like, what qualifications do you have for cooking? I'm like, none. I said, I just need a job.
Great.
And I'm going for this job because you have accommodation. I got no money. And they're like, honest, come on.
Yep.
Got me a job. And then about 2 months into working there, the head chef left. So I was just the head chef.
What did you cook? What would you cook for Elise if you were to cook?
Okay, so a lot of my mates just come to the pub and say, just cook me something good. I used to do a very good schnitzel burger. Wasn't on the menu, off menu.
Yeah.
Yeah,
off menu.
Did they have schnitzels on the menu?
Yeah, schnitzels on the menu. I think there was a schnitzel burger. It was the way that I went about it. It was the what accompanied the schnitzel burger.
Bacon, aioli?
I tell you what, and this won't upset anyone, but those pubs, and I always like, when I go to a pub now, I look in the kitchen because I want to know if it's going to be, and you couldn't get away with it here in Australia, to be honest, but when we were busy, let's say I had 6 steaks on the menu, on the board to say, hey, these 6, someone's just come and ordered 6 steaks.
Yep.
And a lot of times I would be out the back smoking cigarettes and drinking. And I'd be like, fuck, no one told me these steaks come through. They've been there for 25 minutes. I used to whack the steaks in the microwave and microwave them. And the grill was always on. It was like a grill. I would microwave the steaks and then I would just
stamp them.
So they had a sear mark on them. And the salads, I used to just, wouldn't even wash them. Just whack them on and just let them go. And chips, fuck, I used to keep chips for ages.
Just heat them up.
And then put them back in the fryer.
Yeah.
And it was heavily sold them and get them back to it. So everything was like, you could eat it because it was hot enough.
Yeah.
But it was just the quality that it got to that heat.
It probably. Was definitely the destination.
Mate, the the mashed potato, like it just stuff in pubs.
Deb mashed potato, the powdered stuff.
No, it used to come frozen.
Oh, even
so you'd have like it looked like dog food, white dog food, and you just put it in a bowl and microwave it.
Well, you probably were lucky that they had to wait half an hour for their feed because they probably sunk a couple of pints.
A few snake bites.
Yeah, a couple of snake bites, and then they were ready
Used
to
to
go.
serve so many
They were
snake
that
bites.
hungry that they didn't care how it
This
tasted.
wasn't our pub, but the other walkabout in Shepherd's Bush, which if anyone's been to a walkabout, it would be the Shepherd's Bush one. It had a bar, like a 20-metre long bar that was one single piece of timber. Like it cost them a bomb to get it in there. And every year they would have to sand the entire bar back because the red from snake bites would get through the lacquer and stain the timber. Just because it was constantly have alcohol and grenadine eating away at it.
I believe it.
I believe it too.
Did
you serve any tunnies over there?
Nah.
Where
We had a lot of South Africans, so they used to drink and Kiwis as well.
What was the South African?
The South
drink of
African
choice?
beer was, I think the South Africans used to drink snake bites, and then they used to drink a cider called Savannah, and then the Kiwis used to drink a beer called Steinlager.
All right.
Steinlager.
I remember
Never
when
heard of Steinlager, like anywhere
Yeah, I
else.
know Steinlager.
Yeah. I remember when I worked at the pub, we had an Indian guy come in. He was like working like FIFO at the mines.
Yeah,
He came in and he was like, "Oh, like what heavy beers have you got?"
yeah.
And like the heaviest that we might have had there might have been like a 5.5%, you know, like a bitter or one of them. And he's like, "Oh, that's considered like light strength in India, like
No, I doubt that.
apparently like 9-10% is the standard beers in India." So
That's not true. They drink Kingfisher.
well,
It's just an all
that's
beer.
what maybe this bloke
That
was.
bloke's
He
a
come
fucking
from
liar.
the hard part of India.
That wasn't beer he was drinking. It was just something someone brewed in a bathtub. Soup Bowl next week after next.
Yep.
That's exciting. Bit of good golf in February. You're not an NFL guy. Hate it.
Yawn.
Boring.
So boring.
I think
for the
honestly,
in layman's terms, the two teams, it's the rich guy versus Taylor Swift's boyfriend, isn't it? Like Paddy Mahomes.
the rich
Isn't
guy,
he on like 10 million a year or something?
No, they're on the same team.
Mahomes and Kelsey. Oh yeah, the other guy. What's his name? Purdy.
Brock Purdy, yeah.
He's the quarterback. There you go. Look at that. I know
Very
3 NFL players, and they're all
Is Jared Hayne playing?
his team.
The Hayne playing.
So
I don't
Haynes
think
is-
he's-
Haynes
I think
no
he's-
longer there.
He's playing, but he's not playing in the Super Bowl.
Who's the halftime entertainment? Do we know?
Usher.
That'll be good.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's all I'll be shooting in for.
Yeah, I'll be
At least,
for that
at
for
least
sure.
I'll work from home, or I might come in here and watch it. And I actually love the Super Bowl because get up, have a beer. You used to have beer before 9 a.m. The game starts about 9 a.m. up here. It's a
should
bit. Yeah, I've stopped. Like I'm not drinking at the moment, but I'm stopped having a beer.
You could get
Super Bowl
a
because
meat board.
yeah, I won't be having that either.
Yeah, we
But-
could go there. I got an email from them.
They'd
What are
be
called?
sold out
They'd be
now. The
packed.
Sporting
No,
Globe.
they sent an email yesterday saying
Yeah, right.
there's a bit of availability.
But it's over by like 12, 1 o'clock. So then you're like
Nah.
half pissed. Yeah, it is.
Is it?
Yeah,
I
it
thought
doesn't
it used
go
to be
for
like 3 o'clock.
no,
3
no.
o'clock in the morning.
Afternoon.
Peace up. E-Town down.
But yeah, Lisa's always home. Like she go to the gym and all that. She'll always be home for halftime entertainment.
Yeah.
The LA one with Snoop Dogg and Dre and all that was sick a couple of years ago.
Is that the one
So,
like
so
Eminem
good.
was there?
Yeah,
that was
so good.
That was probably the best.
It would have been good Eminem this year if Detroit got through. Niners got through, which is good. I thought Ravens would have beat Chiefs,
Okay.
but we took Niners about 3 months ago. So I'm sitting on a okay ticket.
How
$6
come Taylor Swift isn't halftime entertainment?
She'll be cheering a boyfriend. It's
Apparently
actually very.
she's not.
It's actually
She's going to India, isn't she?
Japan.
Japan.
what she won't be at the Super Bowl.
No, she's got a
Well,
concert.
she's like. Apparently, I was watching a video and it was like
I didn't know this.
there was a woman who's a Taylor Swift fan explaining to her husband, who is an NFL fan, how Taylor Swift is the reason that the Chiefs are in the Super Bowl, and it was
that
all
woman's-
about like her
that
favorite
woman's an
number being
idiot.
13 and all this sort of stuff, and there was heaps of 13s, yada yada yada.
I think Mahomes is 13.
No, I don't think
But
she'll
apparently, it's a
cancel her show.
13-hour flight from Japan to Vegas. So if she wanted to get there, she could.
She's all
Because-
about her Swifties.
Because hold on, so the whole point of that woman's story was that the number 13 occurs quite a lot in this new love story,
Yes.
and the flight's 13 hours.
Yep, and there was lots of stuff like that, like 1 and 3, 13, and it was just like all stats and
You got to change your Instagram algorithm.
I don't know why it's in my Instagram algorithm,
I'm glad it is.
but I found it quite funny
Just
because
that and feet.
yeah,
Has anyone ever watched that movie, The Number 23, with I think it's got Jim Carrey?
no,
It's a good watch. You guys should watch it at some stage.
21, I've seen. That's a good one.
21,
The blackjack one.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be an interesting game. I think Niners win, but
21 is not a bad movie.
yeah.
I tell you what they should do. They should do like a Drive to Survive. Like they got the NASCAR thing out. They should do it on the World Series of Poker, like a mad one.
Have
And
you se-
Doco.
Did you see that guy that refused to split pot? So there was something, he was playing in Vegas, there was 9 left or maybe 7 of them left. And they said, hey, listen, if everyone is keen, we can walk away with, say, 1.2 million each.
Would have been. Was this in the World Series?
Yeah.
Because I think
This is only like in the last 2-3 months.
yeah, I think it might have been more than that because if you
It
make the
might have been like
final
2.
table, you're a millionaire.
It might
at
have been
least.
2.
Yeah.
So it might have been the final table. What's final table? 5? 6 maybe.
No, 8.
Okay, well, maybe it was the final 8. Anyway, he was the only one. So everyone has to agree to it. He was the only one that said no. And then 2 hands later,
He was out.
He was out. So he was like painted this bad guy on the internet, like, sucks shit, blah, blah. He, 2 weeks later, was in another tournament. Same thing happened. He said no, won it. It was like 9 million. So stick to your guns, bro.
yeah.
Good on him.
Yeah.
Must be a good
There
player.
was like
But
that,
yeah, I can't. Yeah, he's like best in the world, though.
they had that game show in America, and it was like called Split or Steal, and like you had 2 balls, and you could either choose to split or steal, and like you both had to agree to it basically, like, and split the prize. But it was all mind games, like, so you had to basically say like, because I think if both split, no one got any of it, or if both stealed,
Yeah, no
no one
one
got anything.
Yeah.
But if they split it, both split, then you'd split it. Or if one person stole and one person split, then the person that stole got it all. And so it was all
Oh,
mine
you just steal every time.
every time. But you could end up with none. But yeah,
Well, but if
mind
you,
games. But
if someone splits,
Mm.
you get to steal it.
yeah, yeah,
I think with that kind of stuff, you've got to go in there always assuming the worst in people.
yes,
I wouldn't trust someone. Split it. But I like that, the Netflix series of poker.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. Have you watched the NASCAR one yet? You pop that on?
I'm not up to date on anything.
I haven't watched Drive to Survive.
No, neither have I.
But
I
They
tried.
reckon, they reckon what Drive to Survive and what it did to F1
Yeah,
is
huge.
like you would quantify it in the hundreds of millions in turnover for F1. Like
I reckon
it's
the
brought
last
it-
dance for basketball would probably be quite similar for that through that period of time.
But the only,
reckon,
I think
it was already quite
what
obvious.
markets hadn't been cracked. Do
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
And that was the main thing. F1 hadn't fully cracked the American market.
Yeah.
Drive to Survive was picked up huge in the States.
Yeah.
And out of it, Vegas. So they now have 3 F1s in the States.
Right.
So I think they always had Miami. Now they got Vegas and Houston, or vice versa. Like they always had Houston, and now they got Miami. So yeah, that would be cool because I used to love watching the poker.
Yeah, I love the poker.
We're still waiting for Blake to do his poker vlog on the leg up.
I got to go. Yeah, we got to go play.
Have you got a
Just
best bet for us this weekend?
Yeah.
What is it?
Yep.
I want it because we don't have a lot.
We don't
We don't have a lot to play with.
No, I just have to go in and.
You got an
find
omen
it.
bet for us?
I've got an omen bet.
I'll kick off.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yep.
I
So
was giving you time.
Rosehill Race 2, number 8, Phase Angel.
FaZe Angel.
Yep.
I like
Currently
that name.
$26 available. I think this will
I
start.
like that.
I think it'll start shorter. Chib has it up to highway grade last preparation. Last start in highway grade, I think, was over 1,800 or so. No luck. That was behind Who Dat. Previously to that, ran well in Atari Cup behind Superior, only beaten less than 3 lengths. So that's really good highway form. She's lightly raced. Trial was really good, over 1,000 metres, so I think she's going to be fresh enough to run really well over 1,500 metres. Draws well, gets the claim for Maddie Owen. I think she'll fill a hole for sure. $26 is a great price.
Nice. Get it home.
Damn,
26.
It'll win.
Could have another boot scooter on our hands. Big value play,
was
cutting
what I was-
half before the race jumps and
Yeah.
boots home.
Boots home. Bit of an omen bet, punters, at Eagle Farm. Race 6, number 12, Sabalenka. Just 7 days after
After she won the...
Arena Sabalenka wins the
Yeah.
Women's Australian Open, Sabalenka, the horse, lines up at Eagle Farm. So I think that's a great omen bet. And
Did she win last year, Sabalenka?
she's back-to-back.
She's back-to-back.
Yeah, she's double champ.
See, what I've been doing is thinking about all the things that have happened back-to-back this year. So Sabalenka, if Chiefs win, it's back-to-back. Then there's more things heading in the favour of Collingwood winning another grand final.
Yes. What about Penrith? They've won 3.
Back-to-back.
Do they win it again?
They go 4.
See, I've got a little theory on that as well.
Yeah.
Because I'm in the rugby league, I'm a big Melbourne Storm supporter.
Yeah.
And in the English Premier League, I've always been a Liverpool fan.
Okay.
And Craig Bellamy, this is his final season in the NRL.
Yeah,
And
and
Jurgen
Jurgen
Klopp
Klopp's.
has just announced he'll be leaving Liverpool at the end of the season. Liverpool currently on top of the league. So I'm like, well, if Liverpool win in Jurgen Klopp's
his
final season,
I like
could
that.
Craig Bellamy in Melbourne win in Craig's last final season? So
Bellamy deserves it.
he
I reckon
does.
Manly
Wouldn't
will
that be
win it.
awesome?
Manly probably won't win. but yeah, so
How often
there's
can you be wrong?
a few nice theories floating around like
Manly
that.
got a great side this year.
I'm looking forward to us pulling apart the NRL, which is what we're going to do this year, punters, which is great.
First trials not far away, I think, for the rugby league
Next week,
next
I think.
weekend. Yep.
Have you seen that photo? Did you get a photo of Cam Smith?
I didn't get a photo.
I got a photo
I've
of
had a
Cam
photo with Cam Smith, I
got a
believe,
photo of Cam Smith.
when the Queensland Maroons team came to Rocky a few years, or probably 10 years ago now.
Yeah.
But Cam Smith, Billy Slater, Cooper Cronk,
If you
Corey
got a
Parker.
choice,
Oh, I've actually never told you this story, but not accidentally. I signed a signature once. Someone asked for an autograph.
They
I got
think
asked
you
to
were
train
Cam
on
Smith?
for, like this when I was like 16, like more of a, not like out of skill, but more like a winning a comp.
Yeah.
I actually got to train with Collingwood,
Yeah.
but near them. No, I hardly got to meet anyone.
Yeah.
It was like the worst thing ever. But they gave me some Collingwood kit.
Yeah.
And I was walking on the field and the kid goes, "Oh, hey, can I have your autograph?" I go, yeah, of course. So
kid's like-
I signed it, and I'm thinking,
He's got it framed
I'm
above his
thinking, bro,
bed.
he had a fucking jersey full of other signatures. I'm like, oh, this is devaluing this. I'm like, do you want me to do the back? Isn't that on the front? I'm like, all right.
He's
signed it.
gone to pawn it, and they've called in the experts. And he's like,
This scribble never played
this is
in
to
the.
go.
This scribble never played in the
Yeah.
2001 side. I forgot that. That just came to my mind.
yeah, well, congratulations for that.
From why? Blind to a kid.
getting
Yeah,
to- he didn't
should've just
lie.
told him. Yeah, he asked.
Yeah,
He did ask.
he might have liked what he saw and thought, I want that guy because
This guy's a future
this
star.
guy's a future star.
3 years later, wasn't playing. What's
He
your
had the
best bet for the
foresight.
weekend, Nick?
My best bet for the weekend, we're going to go to race number 9 at Eagle Farm.
Eagle Farm this week.
Yes, back to the happy hunting ground.
Yeah.
Race 9, horse 2, Without Revenge. On the quick backup, after blowing them away in the Ballina Cup last Friday. Went to the front that day. He just controlled it and kicked away to win by almost 4 lengths in the end. And he's only had the 4 starts for Corey and Kylie Gearin. He ran 4th in the Little Dance at Randwick, with them behind Spangler, and then back-to-back seconds behind Acquitted, who he's probably on a Doncaster campaign, I would say. And then he came out and blew them away, like I said, in that Ballina Cup. So he can find the front again here and be pretty hard to beat.
Good little form for that.
Yeah, about $3.
Good one.
Bit of SF, BF, Ballina form.
If you can have a golf bet, Hideki Matsuyama. It was good last week at Torrey Pines. Pebble Beach starting tomorrow morning, so it might be too late for the potty, but
Yeah, Masters champion.
yeah, they're back. Golf's back in a big way. I can't
We're
wait.
going to play golf soon.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
That's not golf.
That's good.
Fucking putt.
That's all right.
Well, he can't. I don't know if he can play golf.
I'll be interested.
No, you can't play golf.
There you go. I can't play golf.
No. Not on fucking company time anyway.
That would handle Holy Moly, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
What Top Golf do you mean?
No, we'll go to Holy Moly.
Putt, yeah.
We'll
What
do
is
Top
Holy
Golf.
Moly? It's like a bar, though.
Bar
I can have a
with
drink,
putt-putt.
can't I? You've done it, haven't you?
Yeah.
Was it good?
Holy
Yeah.
Moly's cool.
Yeah.
I've
it
been
Who have you
into-
done there with?
Me friends.
Oh, that's how I knew you were lying. Unless Borgie went.
No, I did Holy Moly at some stage.
Yeah, no, we did it. It was almost very close to 12 months to the day, as it was Brody's Bucks. So
Yeah.
yeah, CF4 weekend. Yep.
Very exciting little piece we've got coming on. We've got, I'm just going to call him Louis, our winner, our first members monthly raffle winner.
Hello.
Hi, is this Luaki?
Yeah.
Did I get it?
Well done, mate.
Well done, brother.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
Congratulations. We're now
Really appreciate it.
a paid-up owner of Pungo.
You can't believe it. I'm one of those people that barely wins a bloody meat race. So to win something like this, yeah, it's something else.
No, that's good, mate. Congrats. First horse?
Thank you. What's that?
Is it the first horse you ever been in?
I've actually got a sharing horse down here in Canberra. Me and my boss. So yeah, it's not doing too well at the moment.
What's the horse's name?
Stridham Pride.
And
Dryden.
Keith Dryden's got it.
Yeah.
So is that where you're from?
Yeah, well, Queanbeyan. So yeah, just basically. But yeah.
We'll have to get you up when he's running around up here.
Do you know Big Joe Cleary?
Yes, I do know Joey.
Yeah. Say hello to Joey for me.
What's that?
Say hello to him for me.
Oh, we'll do, mate.
My old man rode one of his dad's horses in a golden slipper.
Yeah, right.
So
Small world.
go way back.
That's it.
Are we're pumped that you got it. It was great because we kind of did the draw and then we looked you up and realised that you'd been a member for such a long time.
Yeah.
Mate,
Well,
yeah, good on you, and thanks for that. Thanks for the support. What's your favourite part of being a member with us?
Well, the tips first of all, mate. Like just how everything breaks down, and I don't know too much about horses and that, but the way he's break it down, and yeah, I mean, look at the tips, and they pay, don't they? So pays to be a member.
We find a few winners, so
That's good.
I'm glad you're enjoying it. It says something about the product that you've been a member for a couple of years, so we do thank you for that.
No, that's all good, all good.
Next time, I don't know if you ever go up to the Gold Coast, but you should come by HQ and have a couple of beers with us, and we'll get out to Campos and we'll have a look at the horse
I'd
and
love that. I'd love that.
photos and all that stuff. So maybe we can tee it up when it's running here on the coast. And
It'll be an excuse to get away anyway. He should be in about 6 weeks.
mate,
I need that one excuse, and see you, babe. I'm off.
mate, if it's running around in winter up here, it'd be a lovely excuse to leave Canberra during winter. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, get me out of here, boys. Get me out.
All right, so I think what else do we need? We've got everything. I think Nick's got it. I think Strong Bloodstock put it all in this week, and then we're good to go, mate.
Yeah, we just got to wait for him to get to the
We're in
races.
the book,
so
and
I think 6 weeks.
Silks are all getting finalised this week, so we're pretty pumped with this. It's going to be a great journey.
Oh, mate, I'm pumped too. Yeah, just talking about it now for sure. I'm bloody pumped as. So,
Love
can't
that.
wait, boys.
Just
Can't
get
wait.
ready for that first schooner at Eagle Farm when he's in.
Oh, bloody beautiful. Can't wait. Can't wait.
It'll be good.
Legend. All right, mate. Well, thanks for the call, and thanks for letting us get in touch with you and do this, and we'll see you soon.
See you, brother.
Thank you, boys.
Well done.
Appreciate it.
Easy, bro. Bye.
Take care.
All right, great. Anything else from you, lads?
I've got a question for you, and and I saw this on a podcast the other day, a reel. And I thought,
Oh, here we go. Another one of your reels. It was a woman telling her husband that
No.
it's 13-hour flight from fucking Japan to Bali.
So you have both got to have your own answer. So your
Question without notice.
question without
This is
notice.
nice.
Yeah.
I like this.
Yeah. So your moments, like right down the track in your life, you're moments away from taking your last breath, and you get to
End on a high.
Yeah,
It's very morbid.
no, it's not. But you get to find out one lifetime stat about yourself. So that could be how many beers you drank. in
Yeah,
your
that's the
life.
first thing that came to my mind.
How many near-death experiences you had without knowing? How many?
Yeah.
How many? What was your total screen time or something like that?
I wouldn't
So you
want to
get,
know that.
you get one lifetime stat to find out about yourself. You sound like you've already locked in. You want to find
Yeah,
out.
the beer one would be good. I'd say like, I don't know how many countries I've travelled to or like how much, something around travelling. First thing that comes to mind a lot that I wouldn't want to know,
Yeah.
like screen time,
Yep.
minutes in the bedroom.
What are the?
You sure that's lifetime?
One of the comments was thrusts. I was like, oh,
Rust. That's good.
Yeah.
What's
there
a real...
one of the one that I thought was quite like
Hillary
quite-
Swanks would be, a lot of people would like just to know that.
Yeah.
But not as your one, like your one
Yeah.
and only.
But like another one, what I thought was like how many bets you've placed. Like,
Yeah.
say you live to 80 and you're betting the whole time. Like,
Yeah.
a fucking shitload.
Yeah.
How much money you've spent, like that sort of stuff. How many times you walk past a serial killer without knowing? Like,
Oh, that's a good one. Like, what's your answer? Because you would have thought about this now.
No, I haven't thought about it.
Give us one. It doesn't have to be your final one.
No, I don't
Just
know.
give us
Okay, if we're
something.
going to do these silly
No.
questions, you have to answer them.
Well, it's too difficult. That I don't know.
You know what? This maybe not. I would like to know how many times I've said, because it's a stat.
yeah.
How many times I've said I love you? Like, how much love have I given out in my life? Because then it's kind of, if you knew you had that at the end, you could sit there and go, yeah, that's,
Yeah.
you're a love giver. Because
I feel one of the
I want people
examples
to-
that they had
Thanks, Blake.
in one of the comments was like how many people had a secret crush on you without you realizing. Like could be.
Well, that's
from
just question. Well, that's a number, I suppose.
Yeah,
You-
like
you
it-
wouldn't want to
but-
know that without knowing who it was.
who it was. Yeah. Yes. So
Stat wise, yeah, it would be how many times I said I love you, or the beers.
Yeah.
The beers would be.
yeah.
I
How
would
many-
kind of. You're at your deathbed.
How many
you're like,
chicken wings you ate? Or like
what, that night
that
that I got
night?
sick?
Yeah.
That night
I
got
don't
sick
want
for
lifetime. I
fucking
just
2
want that
weeks.
one
That
night.
night would have been about 24.
Yeah. Slices of pizza consumed.
Yeah.
That'd be right up there.
Yeah, I think beer.
Yeah.
I think beer would be a lot of it, and you're at the end, so it's not like a.
Yeah,
it
like
comes
you're
back and
literally like
you
it's
you
like
had 2 million beers.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck yes.
Yeah.
that's awesome.
yeah,
2 million beers would be a lot.
that would be a lot.
Yeah, what's that? How many?
Because I tried to work it out, like from the time you're like 18 until say you die at 80. That's like 62 years,
Okay, so 62.
365 days in a year.
Yeah, times 365 equals that. So 22,000.
Divided by
So
2 million.
if I
The
divide
other
that
way
by-
around, 2 million
No, 2 million divided by that.
it'll
divided by
still come
that.
up. It'll be what's that? 11,000 a day.
Something ridiculous. Because I think the first thing I thought was like 300,000. I said alcoholic beverages, like rather than
Okay, so we've got to work on 22,000 days.
Yep.
Let's just work on 22,000 days. Doesn't seem like a lot of days, does it, in your life?
No.
Okay, so let's say on average you have 4 a day. Well, weekends is going to
Yeah,
bring it
yeah,
up.
okay. Like there'll be the times that you have 14 beers.
Not even 100,000 beers.
So you've got to really up it if you want to.
You want to get a real
there
good
are
stat
At
there.
the end,
That,
yeah.
that have gave
A lot more.
100,000 a nudge.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So
Anything else, Dad? Gents?
Nah.
We'll do the Alligator Blood Zaki. I want to know the comments. Really, it was really great to give away the Sharon Pungo.
yeah,
It was.
it was.
It was something that,
There was a lot of hype built around it in members, like in the
yeah,
yeah.
and everyone got behind it. Number
Yep.
one, I think operationally we looked at a lot of it and put a lot of work into it, but I don't think even when we recorded on the Sunday the video to put out, it's like, oh, what if this person hasn't, not really engages or something like that. But like, and he just wrote, the first comment he wrote was like, I'm over the moon. I'm like, fuck, that felt good.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and it was a good member too. Like he's been with us for since 21. Like, and it doesn't matter. Like, even if that's not a good member versus a bad member, if you've been with us for 3 weeks and you win, good on you.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of this.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I took a lot from giving away Pungo.
Yeah, good on you, Louis.
Yeah.
So if you're not a member, join members. Come on, get us there. Get us
board.
to 1,000 members. That's our goal this year. 1,000 members.
Off
We're
the
verbal
tunnies.
about it. Off the tunnies. 1,000 members. We'll drink rums every day.
I'll be a permanent resident on that couch.
Good luck this weekend, and if you can have a bet, do so responsibly.
See you, punters.
See you, punters.